Well, hello again there from Raymerwood. Thank you for joining me today. So today I got a little experiment going. I've got, as you can see, some wood that was stacked in March and April of this year under my lean-to. I've got pecan in there, red oak, and white oak. I don't believe I have hickory, but those are the three species that I have. I wanted to do a little experiment to see how well this dries in here. This part of the wood is facing west. So we've got an open side over here on the south side, and actually it's a closed side over here on the north side. You can't see it, but it's kind of wood paneled up on this side of the wood yard. I got a booby trap back here, so I got to be careful. Yellow jackets nest in the ground. Hopefully they'll be gone around winter time. That's what I'm hoping. Hopefully just naturally move out of here. That'd be great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of the pecan, a piece of the red oak, and a piece of the white oak from this area. And I'm going to do it from two other areas that I'll show you here shortly as well. And I'm going to split them open and see how well they have performed in this amount of time since March, April of this year to now, which is towards the end of September. So thank you for joining me once again. And you get to enjoy the experiment with me. It's fun stuff, if you're into that kind of stuff. All right, I'm going to get a decent sized pieces. My splits are pretty small. Everybody knows. You know, you don't have to let me know, but if you do, that's fine, whatever. But I do have some pretty small splits. Got to be careful. There are a lot of yellow jacket messengers that are just going to and from the nest back here. All right. I'm going to try and get the largest split I can without disturbing the yellow jacket's nest back here. Okay, this looks like a decent piece there. Oh yeah, it's a decent little piece of white oak right there. And what is that? That's red oak. Okay, that's a that's a perfect size split right there. But now it's not going to be perfect after I split it. Turn into kindling. Red oak, white oak, and let me get a decent little pecan here with the powder beetles just doing their job, making their little nest for their babies. Yeah, most of these were kind of near the top, but I think it's all going to be about the same. I mean, really. All right, so we have that here. Now let's go to the next station. All right, this is what we will be splitting the pieces with in our little experiment. I have the froe here that are typically used to make shingles with, okay? Then I have a mallet that I made. It's kind of split right here a little bit. I actually coated this with, I think it was anchor seal, I'm pretty sure. But it's splitting all the way down to the handle here. That's why I'm not a professional. But you do what you gotta do, and this should work. This is pretty heavy. And I believe this is dogwood. I'm pretty sure this is from a dogwood tree. All right, here are some in the elements stacked off the ground, not covered since March, April 2025, this year. All right, there's some red oak. Doesn't have any bark on it, so that may make a difference. So I want to be as consistent as possible. Well, that sounds good. So I will get a piece that has a decent little piece of bark on there, like the other one does. See if I can find a white oak while I'm in there. Okay, white oak. White oak and red oak. I got lots of it. It's just, oh, there's a good piece of white oak here. All right. Okay, there's my piece of white oak. It's got bark on it. Now these ends are facing the west, okay? So we have the white oak. And it doesn't have a whole lot of meat on that. So let's get another piece. Gosh, that's just gonna come right off. It looks like it at least. Yeah. White oak. Come on, red oak. Come on, red oak. It's got some more meat on that one right there. I think I like that one. Please stay on here, pal. Oh. Some bugs were on that one. I think a lot of the bugs, those powder beetles, just spread sawdust everywhere, all over the rest of the wood. My precious wood. It's like a sand pile. There you go. Red oak, this is not a huge piece. If I can find a bigger piece, I will. If I can find a bigger piece. Oof, that's a nice one. That's probably a little bigger than that one. Maybe that one right there. Go ahead and take this bark off. Okay. There we go. A piece of red oak. White oak. And now a piece of pecan. There is no pecan over here. I didn't start stacking that until April, which is going to be over there. To bring y'all over here with me. Come on over. Set a spell. All right, I gotta put these somewhere. Okay. Loosely thrown in the bin, off the ground. It's on pallets. Loosely thrown in. A lot of white oak in here. A lot of white oak, a lot of red oak, and actually a lot of pecan, but this is kind of, I think, where I kind of started the pecan, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to find a piece that's a decent sized piece. It's got bark on it if I can. I'm hoping I don't have to dig much. I'm probably going to have to find a piece nearer the top just because I don't want to dig it. I really don't want to dig in there. I don't want to dig in there. Maybe I'll dig a little. Maybe I'll dig a little. Y'all see me? Yep. All right. Well, you can smell it. You can smell the pecan over here. I can tell you that. Look at all that sawdust from the little, those bugs are little workers trying to make the perfect little nest for their babies. Let's see if I have any pecans stacked, but I'm pretty sure I don't during that time. But I will also get a piece. No. It's a piece of white oak there. Piece of white oak. Ooh, that's a big old piece. What is that? That'd be nice to have. That's a big one. That is pecan. Ooh, that's a nice size piece. Got a little mold on it on one end. See if y'all can see that. Just a little bit. Right there. Sapwood. Little mold there. Yeah. So there we go with the pecan. Loosely thrown in there. Okay. I don't think I have any stacked, but I'm going to go and take a look at it and see. But I will also There's a piece of red oak. That'd be a good one. Like I said, it's not inside there, but there's red oak, pecan. Let's see if I can get some white oak. This is stuff that I kind of dug out of there. I just want to see how it was doing. That's why it's so fresh looking. This was a couple weeks ago, just because I'm psychotic about it. Ooh. All right, hey now. A little wasp in there. Just a little wasp. Hang on. Hey, I didn't do anything. Just relax. Just relax. I think some of that white oak is buried. Yeah, I can see one right here I could probably use. Come on, white oak. Ooh, there's a good one. That's gonna be probably. Ow. Bummer. Doesn't have any bark on it. Doesn't have any bark. I think I might get this one. This is a big one. There we go. It's on the side, but I'm gonna get it anyway. Okay, white oak. This is all loosely thrown in there. Let's see if we can find some stacked pecan. I know I can find some. I want to find some around March or April instead of June, July. Okay. Well, that's all it's got. That's barkless stuff. All right. May have some in here, possibly. June. It's too late. I don't want to check that. Stuff over here. I got some stuff on the ground over here. That's not good. Not good. Why are you on the ground? Why? Okay, I don't have any. Holy mackerel. Hope y'all saw that on camera. Whatever that was fast. It was probably a lizard. I don't know. I don't know. This over here is April. This over here is April. These stacked pieces over here, crisscross pieces, which would not be a good experiment since this is April. The magic marker, the permanent marker, it's done pretty well since April. Look at that. Nice and visible. Didn't burn it on. That's for red oak. The pecan over here is also in April. I think I'm gonna do it just to see, just one piece, just to see. Gotta figure out which piece I want here. That big old piece right there. Man, that feels so heavy. A pecan. So heavy. We'll try it out. We'll go April. It's gonna be hard with the pecan. I have the loosely thrown in, but I don't have the stacked. All right, so now I want to give y'all a better view of the drying conditions. This is what the loosely thrown in pile or bin looks like. Okay, see that? There's not really many trees directly, close to it. Just kind of give y'all like a 360 view here. Okay. So there you go. There's that. It's not a massive bin, just a huge pile. And then you can see my stacked row that I just pulled from, kind of closer to my truck. No trees right next to it. I mean, there's some over there, but this is pretty optimum drying conditions.